welcome to Spotlights with Dori of Doris Jones Labor of Love. I have the most incredible guests in the backstage green room. And before I bring him on, though, I'm going to bring on our co-host for today. She is going to be co-hosting with me all the month of September. Please, please, please welcome PunkrPrincess, also known as Lisa. Did you notice I put Lisa? Oh, is she muted? Are you muted? I can't hear you. You're muted, sweetie. Uh-oh.
It keeps muting it. Anyway, we'll talk about it later. What? Hey, everybody.
So, are you as excited as I am by the guest we have in our green room?
I've been excited since you invited me.
I'm not even going to waste any more time. I'm going to just bring him on in. For everyone watching, as the name behind us says, Ross May from Ross May Music, of course, because, you know, he is the man. He is the music. I'm going to put you in the spotlight, of course, Mr.
Yes. Of course.
I feel like I made it.
I did. Oh, we have, hello. This is my friend Russell. Say hi, Russell.
What's up, Russell?
I think I know Russell.
Yeah, I think you do. Yes, you do. I did. For all of you that are watching, I let Ross, I forewarned him that I will make sure he sees your comments and he's aware you're here. So if you are watching, please feel free to comment or throw up questions. Before we get started, Ross, give me a quick, how are you doing? How's Ross today?
Today, Ross is doing amazing. I got to tell you. And not every day is that way. But today.
You woke up and you realized I'm going to be live with Lisa and Dori. So how much better can it really get?
I mean, really, when you think about it, it doesn't get
right.
Well, and I told him this before the show, so I guaranteed him I was going to make it weird, or if I didn't make it weird, he was just going to be flattered. But his 1-minute video that I created, his intro, was one of my favorites. You're pretty. I'm going to blush now saying it and repeating it live. Oh, my God. You're easy on the eyes. Do you get a lot of attention from women at your shows, Ross?
I don't really. Let's see. I don't know if I want to live my dreams. I mean, sometimes. That's what's up, Russell. I see you.
Russ, yeah. You've got to go take a listen to this album, the whole album. Now, this album you have, I know, Ross, is not your only music, but the album of that Live My Dreams, for those watching, the whole album is a great listen, but that is also a great song. What else does he say here? He says, other times I'd be like, OMFG, help me. I think I feel like I got off topic, but that's okay, because we're going to go right into a part of the show I like to call Spitlights. Mm-hmm. It's a form of spitballing, but it's basically our way of getting to know our guest in a way that's fun. Because awesome. I know Ross May music now from what I've gotten to do and the recon I've done on your music and all the pictures I looked at.
And you did a good job, too.
Thank you. But here's an important thing I need to know. Peanut butter, creamy or chunky?
Creamy.
Okay, we must hear this. Explain.
I'm a fan of all things creamy. Creamy.
Okay. I'm going to blush like about 100 times in this hour. Let's see what. He's too funny. Okay, so.
Trying to fix the AC.
Is there any time you want chunky? Peanut butter, Ross.
Peanut butter. I guess if it was like, if I was on the go and I needed like a quick snack, and I mean, it's not like I want to take a big spoonful of creamy peanut butter only. I would probably go with the chunky, just because it would give me some substance.
The substance, yeah. So I agree. I'm a creamy peanut butter person too, with the exception of on celery. Mm-hmm. I want the crunchy.
Yeah.
Why not? I'm already crunching celery. And then and when I bake cookies.
I like it.
Okay, so Russ is on fire. The mind of Russ Explode Studios is a strange place. It would blow your mind. He actually blows things out. Okay, next question. Coke or Pepsi? And
I gotta go with like when I drink soda, which is rare. Okay, it's very rare. I'm going with Coke, just because.
Okay.
Because I like to go to Mexico and they have Coke down there, and their Coca-Cola is so good because they use the natural sugars, not like the processed like weirdo sugars that we get. And you can tell the difference, the quality difference in a Mexican Coke. And being in San Diego, we're so close to Mexico. That's like basically our backyard. So we basically are Mexico. And
we used to be Mexico.
Straight up.
The border.
You know, a lot of the taco shops and a lot of the Mexican stores carry the actual one from Mexico too.
Saying, I mean, it's like
when he said he liked the soda, the Coke down in Mexico, because I thought he was, and he went on to the sugar, but I thought he was going to say because they still put cocaine in it down there. Because
they might.
I mean, that wouldn't really be. They might. I mean, it's not that far fetched. If you've ever been to TJ or anywhere down south of the border,
and we have.
I see you.
Right?
Okay, I'm going to throw up the next one. Lisa, you can read it out loud to him.
Okay.
Well,
beach or mountains?
I'm going to go with the beach because being from Oceanside, the beach was a big part of my daily life, you know?
Okay.
You know, there are no mountains in Oceanside, at least not close to the beach, which is where I live. So the beach, you know, that's where we would drive down the Strand and we would have like some good music playing. We're going to get our tan on, you know, we're going to have our dogs on leashes. There's going to be a fight. You know,
there's going to be a fight.
You know, all the good stuff.
These are the things that will happen in Oceanside list.
Yes. And so it's always at the beach.
Nice. I Ubered for a long time, and for 4.5 years, there's no part of San Diego I didn't, you know, Oceanside was the most generous.
Really?
Every single Uber passenger I ever drove anywhere around in Oceanside, every single one, not only tipped, which some people don't, but they would generously tip every single one.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
And I think it's because and no offense, Russ, but I think Ross is in our comments, and I got Ross here. Sorry, but I think it's because they're like, someone came to Oceanside to drive us around. We better reward them.
Hey, you know, we're out here. We're like the northernmost city in San Diego. Otherwise, you got to get somebody from Orange County, and that's not a very generous place.
No, and I live in Ramona, so trust me, I get that. I get that. Okay, so next question: coffee or tea?
Well, I would have to say normally I would say coffee. But that's a ritual that I've outgrown with some old, you know, relationships and habits. So now I'm all about tea because coffee was giving me anxiety. It was messing up like my blood pressure, and my anxiety levels were just going through the roof. And you know, the older I get, the less I want to deal with that. You know, it's unnecessary.
Oh yeah.
Tea can be very calming. You can actually customize your tea blend to create an accentuated mood. You know, if you're in a mood to just chill out, watch a movie, and it's at the end of the night, you can totally make a tea for that. You know, like it's not just a one size fits all. You know, coffee is basically a one trick pony.
You know, I'm going to make it even more weird. I may have to have you record a video of you talking about tea, because he got all like sultry talking about his tea ritual. I love it.
I'm a sultry person, though. I'm a like passionate, sultry person. So.
Oh, all in, man. No, okay, I get you. I'm like stumbling over my own words now. Okay, pancakes or waffles?
I got to go with pancakes because my kids, I have 3 kids, and they love YouTube videos. And so on the YouTube, they found Pancake Art. So I bought this set where you basically use food coloring to put, you know, certain colors to some pancake mix in different, you know, containers. And then you draw on the pan and then hit it. You know, it's badass. So I've done so much. I did Super Mario. I did Godzilla.
I know, right?
Ren and Stimpy. I did SpongeBob, Kirby, all the characters that my kids love. I've made into pancake art.
Did you do any videos of this? We'll only do like a cooking demo video.
Oh yeah, I did.
Is it on your YouTube?
I'm stacking videos right now. I haven't put any out yet. So that, and also, things like Rice Krispie treats, like out of this world Rice Krispie treats. I get pretty crazy with that. It's basically like, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to call it. It's to be cooking, like cool dads that cook cool stuff, or I don't know. But my kids love my pancake art, and I'm an artist at heart. So I draw cartoons. I'm an animator. So my kids, get to benefit from that when it's pancake time. You came
to the right world, because I'm all of the above. I just did my first animated short. I taught myself. It's the simplest, silliest, cutest little thing. It was like 15 seconds. I was making fun of myself with one of my friends, because I always say I have no interest in doing sequential art, like the kind that's in comic books. But then I'm that same person who sat down and went, I'm going to create an animation. And that's like how hypocritical or ironic it is that I don't want to do sequential art.
Yeah.
But I'm going to animate. What? Right. Okay, so I'm going to throw up these. Lisa, do you want to take over reading the next? We're done with food. I know.
So
I'm gonna throw them up, and you can ask them.
Okay, you ready? What was your favorite toy as a child, and why?
Well, I would have to say it changed through the different eras, right? So when I was like a smaller child, I had a favorite plushie that was a monkey, and that was my favorite. And his name was George, because I loved Curious George. And that monkey was my favorite monkey, right? And then as it progressed on, as I got older, I should say, I got into some cartoons as a young guy, and I loved my He-Man toys. I don't know if you remember He-Man, but I loved my He-Man toys.
Hell yeah.
I collected He-Man toys, and I wanted to be He-Man, basically. So that was cool. And then, when I turned about 12, my favorite toy was my guitar, and still is.
Is that when you first got a guitar? 12?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm 39 right now, so I'm a couple decades in now.
You youngster, you.
Mm.
All right. If you could only pick one spirit, animal, or creature, what would it be and why?
Wow. Well, I have an answer for that. So I have this tattoo right here. It's an owl.
Hold on a sec.
Nice.
Show us.
That's rad.
Nice.
My mom loves owls. She would love that.
I like the yellow.
Watching, Mom.
Was the yellow for any particular reason? The yellow accents?
The yellow itself was creative freedom I gave to the artist. His name is Terry Newhouse. That's Terry Tat Daddy from Fallbrook. And he recently passed away. He passed away this year. So rest in peace, Terry. And this is
rest in peace, Terry.
This is my piece from Terry, and I couldn't be happier with it. He was an amazing artist, and it was his idea to do a watercolor theme. And I couldn't have been happier with it. It really came out well. So I chose this in a time in my life where I needed to not be so reactionary, and I needed to operate with a certain degree of wisdom. And so the owl represents wisdom to me. And so this would be my spirit animal when it comes to nonviolence.
That's, what I love about that. I'm going to jump in and say what I love about that. Watercolor is my favorite medium when I paint. That's my favorite. And I am that girl that will go fill up a guy when I see a tattoo like that on him. I'd be like, and it's not even about the guy or the arm. I'm like, I'm the artist. Like, tattoos are like, to me, it's like going to a gallery when I get to see a body, male or female, all full of tats. Yeah. And Christopher said, "Who?" Is that Christopher Gaudette? Is that a thing? Is that a fun?
Is that like Chris?
It's our Chris. Yes. Well, I was wondering. It's like, who? Question mark. Is that because he was showing us an owl? Who?
Basically, that's what the owl says.
Who,
yes.
Yeah.
So that would be it. The owl would be my spirit animal, because I'm 39 and I want to operate with a degree of wisdom as I move forward in my life. I think it's important. I want to set a good example for my own kids and anybody who's watching or following. They should know that, it's important.
And nonviolent. I love when that part of it. If anyone out there, if you can, it's just my own opinion. If you can't solve it with words, then you probably should just shut up.
That part. And usually you can solve it with words, but it's difficult to live in this world. When you have because I have quite the gladiator spirit, I really do. So when I say nonviolent, it's because I have to fight those tendencies at times in my life, and I do it with that feeling in mind.
And it's not important. I mean, it is maybe important. You do have 3 kids. You're a dad. Are you married?
I am not married. I am separated, I guess you could say, and single.
Okay. No. Hey, to each his own. You do, boo. I was only curious because I did see the pictures of your beautiful, gorgeous family, and I didn't want to impose by asking, but I did want to kind of, just maybe for other people's sake, if you think
it's good. It's a. Good
I'm no, why?
Me and my ex have.
Interview, Dori, so.
No, it's all good.
It's an okay question to ask. I'm like, wait a minute. No, okay. I'm just gonna say it. Not only is he good looking, okay, but he cooks pancakes into things. He's got the art thing going on. He's nonviolent. And then he said, what did you say? A Viking? What did you say?
I have quite the gladiator spirit.
Yeah. Then he's talking about being gladiator. So my head goes, is this guy single?
He is. He's so single. And, it's all good. It's a good thing.
Okay. Let's get serious. What's your go-to treat at the movies?
That's honestly, serious now.
I had to put myself in timeout and move on with a new question.
That's great. I would have to say I'm still of the school of thought that you should buy snacks outside of the movie theater and then sneak them in. So I still do that.
I am that mom, Ross. I am that mom. My kids, it's funny too, because when they were younger, they were like, oh no, mom, shush. They were embarrassed, right? But the older they got and the more treats they wanted at the theater, we're going to the Dollar Tree first, right, Mom? We gotta, stock up on because they have all the box candies and all that stuff at the Dollar Tree.
Yes.
Sorry, Lisa. I don't mean to take all the whole.
And you got your biggest purse, right?
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, I brought my biggest purse.
Backpack. I have
your biggest backpack.
I'm not a girly girl. I couldn't care less about purses, but I do have a specific backpack type purse. That is the movie. This is the movie trip bag purse. Okay.
That's right.
I am that mom.
Yep. I've actually snuck a whole burrito into the movies before. So
now that we've got you warmed up and we've gotten to know you a little bit, I'm going to switch to some questions that are a little more serious. Okay. If heaven does exist, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive?
Welcome.
That's I don't think I've heard that answer before. If I went back and checked, that's a cool one. I like that. Okay, short and sweet. What are you going to ask God?
It's my understanding that when you die, all questions are answered. So I would have no questions.
I just got goosebumps. That was a great answer. And I know this is a hard one, and most people pass and don't want to answer it. But if you could damn someone to hell, a person or a kind of person, who and why?
A person. Okay, there is a certain kind of person who profits off of the modern day prophet, which is the artist. Okay, the artist is the modern day prophet, and there's people that position themselves to use and squeeze us dry, and I don't like those people, and they do it by design. They never give up, they never stop, and they're the opposition. That's the enemy, and I think they all need to just burn.
Modern day prophet, and for those of you watching, it sounds to me like Ross already knows this, and Lisa probably does too, because she's one of those people that's in touch with her soul,
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the reasons I love you, Lisa. You know, so for those of you watching, a prophet is someone who has seen divinity, heard divinity, or felt it.
Mm-hmm.
And to prophesize is to share that with others. And an artist is when you said the modern day prophet, I literally felt, for me, I felt the room in my entire room shifted. From all that giddy, girly, flirty thing I was doing, completely shifted to Diva Dori, which is another thing another persona of mine. I work with survivors of multiple different things, victims of multiple things. And when I think about prophets, the most important thing a prophet could possibly do is to share it with someone else. And that's what So when you said modern day prophet, and then you talked about these people that are using them, you got me, man. Like, you got me good with that.
Good, because it's real.
Have you written that anywhere? Have you got that written down?
No, I haven't written it down, but it is what it is, you know? The truth gets spoken and you just know it.
Yeah, well, because you tied it, like, I know, like, I have completely stopped the show and we're switching over to for a second, because I'm on volume 2 of my Diva meditation book, and what you just said is perfect for that book, and we'll talk offline on that later.
Good.
Okay. As a singer, songwriter, creator, artist, what's the most taboo thing you're not using in your creative works?
The most taboo thing that I'm never going to use in my creative works. I don't think anything's off limits. Nothing's off limits to me.
Okay. I like that answer. And if I go up to any, right? If I go to any of your friends, family, what are 3 things you'd want them to say about you in describing you?
The truth.
Okay.
Even the ugly stuff, because I'm not perfect, you know. I think that if they were so compelled to drop my flaws, then that would speak more about their character than mine, because I have so many more good things about me and what I've put into the world. And my passion has driven me so far, and it's helped so many people, that if my friends and family didn't want to talk about the multitude of like amazing things that I've done in my life from a passionate place, then that would identify them as not so friend or family-ish, and I would like to know that on that day.
That's a good point. Lisa, do you think that we can relate to this, right? Like, if they're not saying, that's not friends and family.
Right. I agree. I totally agree with that.
How does that go about the thing about matter and someone's opinion, and people that matter don't mind, or something like that? You know that quote I'm thinking of?
Yeah, I do. Remember that.
Yeah, and I, as a dad, you probably relate to this. There's only really 2 opinions. When all is said and done, other than my creator, there's only 2 opinions on this planet Earth that matter. And that's one's named Trevor and the other name is Tyler. And I literally physically gave birth to them.
There you go.
You're not those same. You're not those 2. That's not the name on your birth certificate. Then STUF or STF.
Yes.
Okay. This is a quote from our dear late Van Bates. Did you know Van Bates?
Not personally, no, but I was set to meet him, and this tour that I just went on, he was supposed to be there. That does not shock me, because and the tour you were on, was it the one for mental awareness, or was that a different tour? I know there's one. mental health awareness, suicide prevention. That was the tour, and I actually ran into a bunch of his fans and his people out there wearing Black Hesher shirts out on the East Coast, you know. And so I went up and talked to them, and then they cried and gave me big hugs, and they're like, "You know him?" And I go, "Yeah." Well, I mean, I'm from San Diego, and even though I didn't get to know him, his work spoke for itself, and he became bigger than himself in San Diego. You know, he became a part of the culture, and so we had a lot of celebratory moments for him. A lot of tribute took place over this last week.
He was one of the very rare people. Like So anyway, this quote it's actually in one of his songs. It says, "Fuck being average, I'm a goddamn savage." And I know the language is it is what it is. But having that quote in mind, because that's from one of his songs, what is that thing that you like to do the most? That one thing you like to do the most, it's going to set you apart from the average Joe.
Well, I would say if whoever's watching, they should look at the ticker at the bottom and catch me on one of those platforms, and they could see me doing this thing that I love to do for 3 hours at a time on live stream, especially at bars and guitars, where one of the things that sets me apart is I like to play guitar. I like to sing. I do acoustic hip hop where I rap and I play. And I also beatbox while I play.
Nice.
That's a particular skill that not a lot of people have. Some have it. Not everybody has it. And it's really rare. So my approach has always been hip hop first. I wasn't an acoustic artist before I was a hip hop artist. I was a hip hop artist before I played an instrument. So I was a fan of hip hop before that. You know, I did my first rap concert at 9 years old, and then I got my first guitar at 12. So officially I was a rapper before a musician. And I've always approached music from a hip hop standpoint. It's very loop based. It's very in the pocket. I just call myself like the Tom Brady of hip hop, where like I'm in the pocket at all times. Touchdown every time. And so Bars and Guitars is me and another artist. Any I choose the artist, and I beatbox and play, and then we accentuate and highlight one of their special skills, which is songwriting. You know, so and the art of emceeing. It's just not an easy thing. You have to be able to do it with nothing, or the very least. So I take MCs that are really skilled, and I use my special talent to highlight their special talent, and we would create something really magical that lasts the test of time.
I might have to invite myself and beg you to let me come perform. But I'm a spoken word performer. I don't sing.
Got it. Well, spoken word is poetry, you know?
Yeah, and speaking of Van Bates, he says to me when he met me, he's like, you know, Dori, spoken word poetry was the gateway drug to rap.
Yes, it was.
So, yeah, and I'm like, I'm not rapping. Where do you think rap came from? And I'm like,
Yeah, see?
But yeah, you put me, Ross, if there's one place in the world that I'm more comfortable than a bed or in a kitchen, it's the stage with a mic.
Beautiful.
But it'll probably be telling jokes or spoken word. Now, the spoken word I haven't done so much. I can't be confident about that. But you put me up there to tell jokes. I got you, babe. I got you. What you want? Okay. So this next question, this actually came up during one of my interviews with someone, so I threw it in here. So for you, what's the most outside of the boundaries thing you've ever done?
Well, out of bounds. Wow. I don't know how honest I should answer this question.
If it's too personal, you can just tell me offline. We'll have a private conversation.
Well, the most out of bounds thing that I've ever done. I guess, you know, growing up in Oceanside, this is a good answer. Growing up in Oceanside, I grew up, you know, not in a gang. I don't know if you can tell by my white skin, but I'm definitely
not in a gang.
Not in the gang.
But all my friends are gang members. All of my friends are gang members. And so I don't want to say all of them, but a majority. And so it was really interesting for me to be able to go from one side of town and just hopscotch over to the other side of town, crossing, let's just call them boundaries, like it was a game of hopscotch. And in the different corners of my city where there would be actual wars going on and people dying over it, I was able to just kind of walk with God's protection. And no matter what I did, I just kind of brought peace and love with me, and good vibes, humor, lighthearted, you know, life. And I would be able to lighten the load of some people that carried some heavy burden. So, and I did so by crossing boundaries throughout my city, across the gang lines and the territories, and still spreading love the way that I do.
That's so cool. That is so cool. So before we do anything else, let me make sure let me add this to the stream and pause it. So tell me about this picture.
This was my first photo shoot as a solo artist.
Okay. And you know, it hasn't failed me yet, Ross. Every time a picture has stunned me. there's a story to it. And right off, you said my first photo shoot as a solo artist.
Mhm.
I couldn't have, in a million years, as many photos as you have, I couldn't have guessed that I was going to be picking a picture from your first solo shoot.
My first solo photo shoot.
Nice. Were you, what was I going to ask you? Where was it taken? Do you mind me asking?
Side of the road in Marietta, where there was like an old structure that had been broken down, and all that was left was some concrete pillars. And so right next to it was a chain link fence trying to keep us out of it. And so of course we got into it, and I just took a seat next to the fence. And shout out to my buddy Joe Vigil, aka Jay Warren, who took the photo, and he's always taking good care of me with photo shoots. He's always had an amazing eye for photography and just art as a whole. And I've been one of the people he's always supported. And that photo kind of just proves it. He had a really good eye for what was going on, and we nailed that one.
Yeah, there's
I
do. Photography was my first form of creative outlet, and I now have dozens. But I always, when I look at pictures, there's moments, and I'll see the moment in the picture before I even look at the person or the lighting or the scene. And there's something about it that struck me, which is why it wasn't in the intro video, because I wanted it to be something you talked about. So I'm gonna hit play, and then I'm gonna stop it on the next photo I saved. And you know what? Why is it only showing me? What the hell? Hold on a second. No, it went all the way through and never switched to the next photo. Here we go. What kind of shenanigans are going on here?
Okay, that's interesting that you got that one, because
what is this?
this video had so much red in it because we were in such a blood neighborhood that they actually dropped the final edit in black and white so that you couldn't tell how blooded out this particular video was. So this video. Yeah, this is a music video. The guy on the right with the top hat on, or whatever that is, his Desi Hollow, and this is his song called "Through the Smoke." The Rasta dude on the left, that's a Lil Hit, and Lil Hit is a blood from Southeast San Diego who happens to do hip hop and reggae music, and he's an amazing artist. And then you have myself in the middle. So we were actually hand chosen to do a song that was to unify San Diego in a way, and it worked. It was a really successful song.
Just some of the music I've listened to of yours and some of the videos on YouTube, I had a feeling that may have been part of the story of what this was about. And I wanted to make sure to include it and have that opportunity to talk to you about it, because anytime, and this is just me, anytime I see human beings trying to get the fuck along, excuse my French, instead of fighting, I'm like, high five, man. Like, you want a French kiss out of this? I will French kiss you. Whatever, man. Just get along, okay? Make love, not war.
100%. That's right.
Okay, now, before you say anything about this picture, okay, I have to tell you. Hold on. So I'm downtown San Diego. It's late at night. It's like maybe 12:30 in the morning. And this was way back in the day when I still drank and did my girl thing and my party thing. There is not a single bar in San Diego I probably hadn't closed down, pulled tail out of, well, you name it, right? Yeah. And I'm downtown San Diego, and I'm walking with my friend, and there's this man ahead of me on the sidewalk. And I'm just seeing him from the back. And I didn't know who he was from Adam. And I walk up behind this man, and I put my hand on the small of his back right above his pants. And then I moved my hand all the way up his back. And then as I'm doing this, I literally put myself. And he realizes he's getting felt up. And instead of 1,000,001 reactions, this man puts his arm around me and he pulls me into that look, that crook that a guy can put a girl right under his shoulder, like with the head right here.
Yes.
And I look up, finally, drunk girl, and I look up into his face, and I'm looking up at it, and I go, "You're Junior fucking Seau." Yeah, it was Junior Seau, man. And he looks down and guess what he says, Ross? I say it and I said it just like that. And he looks down at this drunk girl, right? He's now holding and in his arms. And he goes, yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
So tell me about Junior Seau and this picture and his jersey.
Well, Junior Seau was an inspiration to me growing up. He used to come and speak at our high school when I played football in high school. So he would come and speak. He went to Oceanside High School like me. And he would return and give us love. And it was really a beautiful thing because he was the one successful person to make it out of Oceanside and do big things on a global scale. So we were all so proud of him, and to come back and speak to us as young people, it was really inspirational, and it showed us that it could be done. And so I always honor him, always honor Junior Seau and his whole family. You know, I'm tapped in with his whole family.
Nice.
You know, he's got some relatives that are locked up. I send them money sometimes.
Nice.
I wear the jersey when I travel. If anybody has anything bad to say about Junior Seau, I'm there to correct them and set the record straight. The guy was an inspiration, the pride of the city, and actually multiple cities, because he went and played in Miami and in New England, and they love him. I just did a show in New England, and it was all I got to share love about Junior Seau.
Yep.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I'm the same way about Junior, Jerry Lewis, and Leonard Nimoy. I'm like, don't talk trash on any of those people around me because we're just not going to be friends after. I'm like, I'm not going to dig you. I don't know. So those were the three questions or three pictures I wanted to get to the spotlight and have you go over for me. Now, Lisa and I have, where did it go? Oh, I have some questions specifically for songwriters, people who write songs. Okay. So what's the first thing you do when you start or begin a new song? That very first thing. Is there a process to it for you?
Honestly, it changes throughout my life. Like back in the day, I would need, I'm going to make a beat, or I'll get a beat, and then I'm going to sit with that beat. I'll probably smoke some and get myself on a good mental plane and then get inspired. But that's not necessary anymore in my life. So I can now get inspired without a beat, without any music at all. And sometimes I write songs based on just the vocal lines. And now I'm to the point where I don't actually have to write them down. I just make them up, recite them, remember them in sections, and then I start mix and matching the sections to make sure that it flows the way that it was intended to. Because as an artist, we are antennas. We're not the origin of the art. We are the antenna, and we translate it, we transmute. So it doesn't come from me. So I actually don't get to say what it's going to be. I just have to kind of keep my antenna polished so that way when it comes in, it's not muddy.
Yeah, I totally relate. I'm like stunned by that answer. You know, like, I'm sorry, Lisa, did you want to jump in?
No, I was just agreeing with it.
So I tell people I don't write songs. I basically just channel them.
That, it very akin to what happens when I sit to a blank canvas. Once in a while, I have a picture in my mind and I want to try to, put it on the canvas. And that's how it starts. But once that gets going and the brush is in my hand, that canvas makes that I don't have anything to do with what happens after that.
Exactly.
In so many ways. Literally the hand and the muse and all that stuff takes over. So I know what you play, and we've talked a little bit about your genre of music you perform, but is there a genre of songs that you write, create that's different? Do you have a preference for listening to something different?
Absolutely. Well, it's impossible to listen to songs in my genre because I'm literally the only one creating within my genre. Acoustic hip hop is my invention. So
that's rad.
There's nobody else out there doing it. And if they do it, then I want to meet them. You know?
This is why I was shocked, or not shocked, but this is why I would have assumed you would have met Van, because he was very much like that. And not acoustic rap, hip hop. But he did not just do one genre at all.
Right.
He had a start in punk, and then he did, like he was all over the place, genre-wise, all over the place. And I noticed that when I was listening to your album about how it's not just one flavor, it's not just one. And
I love R&B music. I listen to R&B music.
Okay.
So I love sultry, passionate R&B music because I'm that type of person, and it gives me, it satisfies my my hunger for really good melodies and beautiful harmonies. It satisfies my hunger for eccentric, music as far as the orchestration and the musicianship on the record. You can't be mediocre and do R&B music. That is for professionals. So I listen to R&B music.
Nice.
Nice.
Do you have anything to add before I go to the next question, Lisa?
No.
Lisa knows way more about music than me, so that's why I'm like, I want to make sure to give her an opportunity to hop in. Who is the singer that most influenced you?
Gosh, I'm gonna give it up to Kurt Cobain.
Nice choice.
Because
is it any particular song or something in particular?
Not just his whole catalog, because he became like this rock god, but he was like not the best singer in the world. He really wasn't. And what made him so great was his authenticity and his fearlessness to, like, if he was channeling a song and it was a really crazy topic, he didn't like cower to that. It was very brave what he did. He was very brave.
I couldn't agree more. And the list is really long, and I'm not going to go into all of them. But when you said the thing about how he couldn't sing as well, but he still, became a rock star, I think of Janis Joplin.
Right.
And love her. This is not a disparagement to Miss Joplin. Anyone who's fucking listening, do not even come at me later and try to say I talk trash about Janis, because that did not happen. But she is a perfect example of what you were just describing.
Yeah, she really is.
Okay. Are there any particular words, a word, you're not putting in your lyrics?
Well, clearly, as a hip-hop artist, I have to avoid the N-word. And it's not even hard because I avoid the N-word in my regular life. So the last thing I'm going to do is put that in a song. So that's an easy answer.
Good. Yeah. I mean, not that you need my approval or my approval matters, but...
But what's funny is that, so I'm surrounded by non-white people all the time, and they always, they N-bomb me left and right. There's this, this is my, and they hit me with it like I'm part of the club. Well, there was an issue at one of the shows where a white person started dropping an N-bomb and trying to fight somebody, and it was black people were not even caring. Oh, that doesn't bother us. And I had to say, look, bro, doesn't matter if it bothers you or not. It should, but it doesn't really matter. As white people, we cannot stand around and allow this to happen, because we're part of the problem if we do.
Exactly.
So we'll take care of it for you.
It reminds me, have you ever seen Coach Carter? The movie Coach Carter?
I have seen it. It's been a while though.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson is he's a basketball coach. And he's a black man, and most of the kids on his team were black, and that was a word from day one they were not allowed to say and couldn't say around him.
Right.
And part of it sounded, a lot of why had a lot to do with what you were just saying, was that's being part of the problem.
Absolutely.
And now I'm that same girl who stand-up comedy, and a lot of my jokes, when I'm doing a joke about the hysterical hypocrisy of dating, and I'm talking to a guy, like the joke is about me talking to a guy, I'll be all, listen, bro. Or, and I just tell people, if it's rare anybody's bothered by it, but if they were to be bothered by that, I usually just tell them, I'm all, listen, if I call you bro, it just means I don't want to sleep with you.
There you go.
I don't call if I go anywhere near the word brother, you are unfuckable to me.
There you have it, and that's
I'm just saying.
I'm glad you said that, dude.
This is not about race, okay? This is All right. So not let a day go by that I'm not grateful for this life and the chance to share it with y'all. Ross May. I had to share this quote today and put it in the show. Tell me about, was there a time or something going on? Is there more to this that you want to share with us?
Definitely. I have no idea when I said that, but I will tell you this, is that not every day is like that, okay? Right. Not every day is like that. Some days I lose sight of my blessings. Some days I don't count my blessings. Some days I'm like, I don't feel like enough. Okay. Some days I feel, not like I do today, not like $1 million. Some days I'm not standing as firmly in my power as I sit today. Mm-hmm. And right. on those days, it's a good reminder to just, and God steps in too. Like you'll see somebody in a circumstance that's so much worse than where you find yourself. And then you could be like, damn, like I really got to be grateful for what I got, because I'm over here worrying about what I don't got, what I haven't done, worries, regrets. Man, sometimes you miss that boat because that boat was going to sink. You don't know. You don't know what type of catastrophe you have just been saved from by a loss. A loss is a victory as long as you take a lesson. So I can definitely say that when I say I'll not let a day go by that I'm not grateful for this life, because even on the days that I'm having a hard time and I'm not grateful, God steps in and he shows me somebody in a worse off situation that shows me gratitude. And so it doesn't last long. That's why I always come back. I bounce back because I'm not alone.
Yeah, I heard a guru mentor person once say, I woke up, I got a cup of coffee, I had a shower, God overpaid me.
That's right. That part. Okay, so then the second half of the quote and the chance to share it with y'all. That's the part that, as an artist, that is like the difference between melody and harmony, right? So you could, as an artist, sing a melody all day, but then when it bounces off of another person and then they give you back that energy, now we have a harmony going. And that's big, That's why as an artist we want to share. We want to share without somebody to share it with, without a fan base or supporters or people that just plain out enjoy art. It's a one-sided gig. It's literally, you could yell into space and never hear it come back, but somebody standing in front of you creates an echo, creates the harmony, creates the synergy and the trade. It's an energy to share.
I'm going to have to send you the link for one of my spoken word poems called Song of Life. Because yeah. Lisa, we're done with the questions in this segment. Do you have any other questions for him related to him as a songwriter, singer? Because she's, PunkrPrincess.
Okay, so I have a good one. I just think of them off the top of my head. Okay, because I've written and done so many interviews. So, tell us, how do you handle mistakes on stage when you're performing?
Mistakes on stage are beautiful because that's what the human element brings. If you wanted to hear perfection, you might as well just put on the jukebox. But when you hear a mistake on stage, you're watching the human machine step out of the predestined path, and then correcting myself, and then back down to the center. So it's like it's a variation that makes this performance a one of a kind. This will never happen again. So I appreciate mistakes on stage. The mistakes on stage are what make it a one of a kind experience, and it's actually, I feel good for the people in the audience when that happens, because they get to see somebody on their gladiator shit, mistake, fumble, and then come right back in with the hit, because I'm the guy who can make a mistake and then turn it into something beautiful.
Jedi Bill 97 says hello.
What's up, Bill?
Do you know this person? Jedi
I
Bill?
don't know. Not off top. No.
Okay.
What's up, Bill?
Sorry, Lisa.
One more thing. Can you tell us a memorable on-stage moment?
I remember, gosh. Okay, I did a show, a sold-out show at the House of Blues. And after I did my set, everybody, this was before cell phones, right? Well, no, it was before smartphones. And everybody seemed like they were all smokers because I got a whole standing ovation with lighters at the House of Blues, sold out. Now you can't buy that experience. Sold out House of Blues, lighters all over the place because of acoustic hip hop. Damn it, that was one of the best moments.
High five!
That's rad. I love it.
Mm-hmm. You know, and I love those questions, Lisa. That's rad. Especially the part about like what happens on stage, because when he was talking about you can't, you know, that you can't go back. Like that's a unique experience, and that is exactly why I do all of my spotlight shows live, and I don't pre-record them. Right. That is exactly why. Part of it is why, because I got no one.
Okay, I do my show live,
right? And her live Saturday mornings is all live. I got no interest in editing video footage to freaking produce some. No, okay, I got no time for that.
I hate when my encoder breaks and I have to put two shows together. I hate doing that, and it takes like a second. So
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Ross, fuck. Sorry.
Shout out to Russ though. Shout out to Russ wherever you're at, bro.
Shout out to Russ. Thank God Russ loves me, and I hope you like me now enough, Ross, to forgive me for calling you Russ. I promise I would. I've never done that in bed. Yes, I went there,
sure.
Making it weird. Christopher Gaudette wants to know favorite guitar.
Well, my first guitar, Chris, was a Fender Strat, Mexican made, and I loved it so much. And then I got I just recently got a Taylor acoustic, and it's definitely my favorite. But I love a 12-string. I love a good 12-string, man. It's so beautiful. So I got to give it up to the 12-string and my Taylor acoustic.
And that's perfect timing. Thank you, Christopher. For anyone else who's watching, that we do have viewers right now, please throw up a comment or a question, because we are getting towards that winding down to let Ross go back to his normal life without, my weirdness. Anyway, so I was going to say, where is it at real quick? Okay, no. All right. So as far as interview and formality is concerned, Ross, you are officially out of the spotlight.
All right.
And out of the hot seat.
Okay, beautiful.
So what you do get to do, this is that point in the show where you get to look at myself and you get to look at Lisa, and you get the freedom. Actually, I can't speak for Lisa. I don't even think I told her about this. I think she knows about this. Is it fine? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the only question you can't ask me is why I do the spotlight shows. Okay? But otherwise, this is your time. This is your chance. You get to ask me one question. I can't be blackmailed.
Got it. Okay.
Okay? So now's your chance. What do you want to know?
Ask you a question.
Me a question.
Okay. I've checked out some of your art, and I like it. And some of it is very like sensual, and it's very beautiful. So what inspires you to make your art?
Love.
Mm-hmm.
The whole reason I pinned my art company business name, Labors of Love, is because I didn't want it to just be art, and I didn't want it to, because that would be inaccurate, because I also do spoken word. I'm also a writer. I also do photography, stand-up comedy. There's really not a joke I've ever written, or a painting I've ever painted, or a poem I've ever written, or anything I've ever done that didn't have love in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I've written about the bliss of love, the loss of love, the lie of love, the cheat of love, you name it.
Yeah.
My favorite, and then otherwise, now that's the physical answer.
Yeah.
My favorite painter of all time was Gustav Klimt.
Mm.
And if anyone knows who Gustav Klimt was, they could probably understand why I might have so much sexy sultriness to my paintings, because he painted a lot of nudity, and he painted a lot of women, and he painted a lot of women he was sleeping with. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the other thing that I get to, I didn't come to this myself. I actually had one of my buyers point it out to me. This was years ago. She said, your paintings look like stained glass windows. And I sat back and I literally looked at all my paintings and I thought to myself, no shit. And I saw it. And I grew up in southern Louisiana, 45 minutes outside of New Orleans, went to Catholic churches, was in churches as a kid, and I wanted nothing to do with humans. I wanted nothing to do with the real world. And offline, I can tell you why, as Diva Dori, I could go into all kinds of details, kind of going back to what I was telling you about working with survivors of trauma, abuse, and so forth, right? Mm-hmm. Stained glass windows. I would stare at those stained glass windows in the church with a begging plea to take me out of this planet, because I was in so much pain and suffering as a kid. Mm. So when she said that day, and Christopher said, I have Taylor 12 and 6, love them. So there you go. Does that answer your question?
It does. It does. It's beautiful. Thank you for answering that.
And I could probably talk on that for another 10 million days.
Yeah, and I could ask a million more questions too.
Oh man. Yeah, we could talk art for hours and hours. Did you want, and Lisa said you're allowed to ask her one too.
All right, Lisa, I got a question for you. Because as the punk princess, obviously you have
the PunkrPrincess.
Right. So you've lived a life that is to be told. You know, this is a story that needs to be told. So give me your most memorable moment in this punk princess world.
When I first opened the radio station. Wow. Because when I first opened the radio station, it was a huge accomplishment for me. And I worked really hard on it, and it's my most huge accomplishment today. And meeting all these awesome artists and all these awesome musicians. I mean, that's just first thing when I opened my station. First message I got was from Gimp Fest, who are a really big band, a punk band. I don't know if you know who they are, in the UK. Mm-hmm. And they said they're going to send me a CD. When they sent me a message and told me they're going to send me a CD, I'm like, I got this.
Yeah, you knew you had it.
I'm sorry. When did you open the radio station again, Lisa?
2012.
Whoa. Wow.
It's almost April. We opened in March on a blog. Okay, but my official date, I made it April 1st, which I opened on the .com. So this year is our 10th anniversary.
I love it. That's beautiful.
So I hope that
I did it all myself.
I know, and going back, and I want to say this before we give Ross the con, I spend a lot of Saturday mornings painting. I will wait and save some of my paintings or some of my work on art for Saturday mornings for when she's live, because I can't tell you how many poems or how many paintings have come out of me during the 10:30 a.m. till whenever she's done on a Saturday, because I don't know. I can't put it to words. She'd probably know better than me, but there's something about the music she chooses and the order she chooses it and the way she places them behind each other, whatever that is. What's the technical term for that, Lisa? When you set up your playlist? I don't know.
My playlist, and how I do it is because I get a lot of submits from artists all around the world, and not all of it is punk. Not all of it is punk rock. So what I try to do is I play them, and I have to play the submits that come in. I absolutely have to, because that was my promise when I opened, that I would play all the music that comes in. So I do it if it's a slow songs, I try to put a couple slow songs and then kind of blend in a little punk rock and then blend in a little metal after that or something like that. So I try to blend my playlist, I guess. Kind of like my free compilations, they're done the same way.
Hey Ross, have you sent her anything?
Magic.
I have not. I have not sent
You
anything.
should.
Absolutely.
I ask because as she's talking, I'm sitting here going, it never occurred to me to send her one of my spoken word music tracks, and she'd probably play it.
Right.
I totally
would. You should send me. We should put one on the compilation coming out. That would be sick.
That would be sick.
Thank you, Christopher.
Are you? You're not Lisa. You don't play things that have been distributed out, right? Like published out.
Every once in a while, I will. Yeah.
Because you don't get in trouble. In other words, I have copyrighted music,
I'm non-profit. I'm non-profit, so I don't make any money off anything.
Okay, because I would truly dig hearing Magic Man play on your station. That would be rad.
So and we're internet. So
okay, Christopher threw up those are rock symbols, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And a heart.
Okay.
Love you,
all right.
Chris.
So I'm glad for the viewers that are still here because you stuck around and you stayed for the VDD best part. No offense to me and Lisa, but the best part of the show where we get to hand over the con to Ross. Ross is ready. He's prepared. He's going to perform for us. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put him in solo layout, and I'm going to sit back and refresh my tea because I made a pot. I've gotten to going back to tea, Ross. I stopped making tea by the cup. I make a pot of tea now. It's like let's just make a pot because I'm gonna need the whole
tea
pot.
Is good for you. I mean, tea is good for
you. That's what I think. So so when you're ready, you tell me go, and we're gonna be here. We're not, we're gonna be in the backstage. We're gonna be able to talk to you, but it'll be you. It'll be all you, boo. Okay.
Excellent. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my headphones, and I'm gonna use the computer here for audio and visual. So, because otherwise you're just going to get vocals in, right? So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Bang. So do you still have me? Can you hear me?
Yep. You're still there. Yep.
Perfect. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get my guitar. I'm going to do this.
You do know that a man with a guitar is like a guarantee. Woohoo. Hello.
Is it?
Well, okay. I know. I'm so glad I'm off camera because I'm laying down, never mind. Let me shut up. Anyway, before as you're getting ready, I wanted to tell you, my oldest son took guitar lessons, and offhandedly, I said, well, do you know what you're going to learn to, do you know what song you're going to ask your instructor to teach you first? And he goes, oh, I don't know, Mom. And he gave me that typical teenager, don't bug me kind of attitude, right?
Right.
Well, guess what he had his teacher teach him?
What?
My favorite song, Hotel California. And then he proceeded to serenade me, Hotel California, on guitar, acoustic. I couldn't have been more proud as a mom. I mean, like, I know. I have a few of those moments where I'm sitting there going, you know what, son? You just made childbirth worth it. And that was one of them. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. It's all about you.
All right. So, like I said, I just got off a tour. I was really lucky to be there. And the tour was all about mental health awareness and suicide prevention. So
nice.
I have a lot of music that I would consider to be somewhat like inspirational in a way. And so I was like really honored to be there, but I knew why I was there is because I was so well equipped for it. And the music that I have, it was perfect for the occasion. People who have never seen anything like it before were just taken back, and it was such a rewarding experience that I would trade it for nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my little tune on, which shouldn't take me very, very long at all. It'll be definitely worth it. You want me tuned. All right. I just did a 3-hour show on Friday night.
Oh, watching a man tune a guitar, that's like as close to foreplay as you can get. So go right ahead and do your thing.
All right, it's happening. Mm-hmm. All right, we're ready. Are you ready? I'm ready.
I'm so ready. I had myself muted.
So this is what I performed for these people on the road regarding mental health awareness and suicide prevention. So. Something you should know about. Something you should know about. Something you should know about. I'm a lying, sinking my teeth in, give me a reason, yeah. Never hiding, so I ain't leaving for any reason. Stay fighting, he's in a dreaming. No sunshine, nobody sees them. I can feel it, I believe it. I don't know a thing about it. I don't know a thing about it. I don't know a thing about it. I woke up with a funny feeling of ripping the ceiling off of this building, lifting the souls of my people and God willing we all get to the getting, put a stop to the killing, and covered enough abundance to share with the world's children regardless of their religion. What's your purpose of living? Count your blessings, give thanks for the opportunities given. So many of my people lost to the struggle in Hell's Kitchen. Hard to maintain focus on our path of ascension, but I'm still playing my part, still making my art, still hoping to fill that void of the empty space in your heart. We still holding it down, forever holding your spot. Every moment that's a picture perfect place you could start, but it's gone in a blink. Told me think 700 billion people who ain't got no water to drink. The struggle is real. Can I get a yes? East to west. And I speak it from the chest when I say you gotta count those blessings up. Go ahead and count those blessings up. Yes, sir. I said count those blessings up. Y'all got to count those blessings up. Let's go. Hey. I'm a lion, sinking my teeth in, give me a reason, yeah. Never hiding, so I ain't leaving any reason. Stay fighting, he's in a demon. No sunshine, nobody sees them. I can feel it, so I believe it. I don't know a thing about 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 it, and y'all know a thing about it. Y'all know a thing about it. Number one. That's it right there. So that song doesn't have a title because I don't know. I haven't recorded it. So I'll record it one day. I'll record it. It'll be sick. But
I love it.
I perform it.
Real quick before you do another one, Christopher said, heard you on some of your vids, would like to hear you on Lisa's show.
That's cool, Chris. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I submit it. I'll make sure I submit and get it in there.
That's right.
That's cool, dude. Okay, cool.
We're
so that
friends on Facebook. Just send me a message. I'll give you the info to send it.
Perfect. I will then. See, it's everything works out the way it's supposed to, right?
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
That's right.
I was telling Lisa before the Tonight Show, I'm like, it's really sacrilegious that I haven't seen this man perform live. He also said, great job, Ross. Couldn't find a lighter.
It's the thought that counts, though, bro.
It's the thought that counts. That's right.
Here we go. Here we go.
Woo! Is that a pink lighter?
It is. People don't steal pink lighters. Nobody steals pink lighter.
You're just like my husband. He's the same way.
That's so funny. That's adorable.
Yeah. Okay, so here's number 2.
Nice.
This song is special to me. I co-wrote it with a buddy about, I don't know, decade and a half ago, but then it's been revised so many times and I perform it because of its impactful nature. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give it to you straight. Hey, I'm a writer. Tell me, y'all, can you feel me? I'm a survivor. Babylon's trying to kill me. Planet collider. Tell me, y'all, can you feel me? Ooh. Hey, I'm a writer. Tell me, y'all, can you feel me? I'm a survivor. Babylon's trying to kill me. Planet collider. Tell me, y'all, can you feel me? Ooh. No man alive could stop me. Probably cause my crew's so motley. Levitation and a beat so godly. Got me, I'm parting the sea. We spreading our wings, flying high above the trees. And them fake MCs, there ain't no law man could make whatever top all these. Fire descending upon them at 1,000,000,000 degrees. Earthquake to the skyscraper into debris. Government officials convert to refugees. But hypercanes holding your bridges like origami. Nothing cleanses the sins of a man like a tsunami. But yo, we wait for peace. Like visions of Gandhi to the demolition's done. And don't plan on stopping. So where do we go? For the water sheeple. Reclining at home, oblivious, eating Cheetos. Continue on the path of destruction of eating egos. Both apocalyptic, but we amigos, right? Hey, I'm a writer. Tell me, y'all, can you feel me? I'm a survivor. Babylon's trying to kill me. Planet collider. Tell me, y'all, can you feel me? Ooh. And I'm ready to get it on until my organs no longer respond. Bagpipe is playing my song, you know? Yo. Yo, you can't stop a warlock with a man-made block. But I get to stomp, but I leave nothing but ruins and rocks. Turning this place into rubble. Opposition's in trouble when I get to smash my competition between the bass and the treble. I ain't coming to settle. Flame tested my metal. Now I'm waging an epic battle between the God and the devil. Never tire, we spitting fire. Hot in this kettle, let's lift them higher. Shifting a walk drive, but I'm gassing this pedal. Y'all better move to the shoulder. Liquid nitrogen, colder. Chicken out and clearing the block like a C4 boulder. Just trying to see my sons grow older. When I'm back and raising nothing but new Wild West soldiers. Yo, put your fist into the sky one time. You could break 1,000,000 laws but commit no crime. See, this time around shouldn't be a surprise. While I'm singing up in this plantation, it's all my people we ride. To the ash like the birth of the phoenix. Now open your eyes. Coming up like the rise of the sun. People we ride. We together, can't nobody defeat this. There ain't no surprise. How we clicked up and all stand as one. How we all stand as one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a rider. Tell me, y'all, can you feel me? I'm a survivor. Babylon's trying to kill me. Planet collider. Tell me, y'all, can you feel me? Ooh. I'm a writer.
Woo! How amazing!
And
That's
so, you know, like we've said before, every song, every performance is different, right? So
right.
The first, I've never played that song like that before.
Loved it.
So, you know, I gotta just give it up to the process. You know, the process is beautiful. It's what keeps me, on my toes. That's what's up, Chris. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I think that the musicianship and actually just music and performance deserves this level of tenacity, this approach. So I actually play a lot for players. I play a lot for other musicians. My goal is to inspire them to dig a little deeper and to do more. Because I think that when you see what people are capable of, you see what you're capable of in a way that, you know, it helps you elevate your own game. So I'm going to kick one more for you guys. And this one, shout out to my homeboy Karma, who I recorded this one with. This song is about traveling and living in your passion and doing what you love to do. And so the song is called Full Circle. This does have a music video on my YouTube. If you check the tick on the bottom, bang, right there it is.
Boom.
Right.
Boom.
YouTube,
Ross made music. I love how I do that in photographs when I'm hiking sometimes. I'll take a picture with the mountain or a tree or something off in the way distance, and I'll do my little finger next to it. It's cute.
Right.
Okay.
It works. It works.
Right? Okay.
So, here it is. The song's called Full Circle.
Play me a song.
When I'm on the west side, beyond my game, everybody know my name. When I'm on the east side, be doing my thing, instead of saying ain't a damn thing changed. Dipping through the south side, I'll be on my grind, with the money always on my mind. When I'm on the north side, day or night, something always finna take flight. I'm repping for the west side. I do it for my city, Oceanside. Even if I'm on the east side, yeah. Stay rapping for the west side. Yo, different trees, different meditation, different breeze, different mental mind state, and different medication. Different angle I approach a certain situation. Different rules of engagement and legislation. Like times are changing and moving faster than yayo. Manifested my dreams, ain't got it in me to say no. I play my position. Kept my eyes on a payload, and I always knew this shit would blow up like a fucking volcano. So now we moving to the country like a fucking tornado, dropping bombs in a major city. They calling me NATO, couldn't stop. Juggernaut, if you was Captain Insano, captured a heart to the crowd. Now they calling me Kano, everybody lay low. I'm in my zone, looking deep in my eyes, reveal my soul. Took off to the skies, ain't no surprise. Focus on the prize, realize that real eyes can detect real lies. And when I'm on the west side, I be on my game. Everybody know my name. When I'm on the east side, I be doing my thing. Still the same, ain't a damn thing changed. Dipping through the south side, I be on my grind with the money always on my mind. When I'm on the north side, day or night, something always finna take flight. I'm rapping for the west side. I do my thing out on the west side. Even if I'm on the east side, yeah. Stay rapping for the west side. Be on my game, everybody know my name. When I'm on the east side, I be doing my thing, still the same, ain't a damn thing changed. Dipping through the south side, I be on my grind with the money always on my mind. When I'm on the north side, day or night, something always finna take flight. I do it on the west side. I'm politicking on the west side. Even if I'm on the east side, yeah. Rapping to my city, Oceanside. it right there.
Boom. That is the only pic. That is the only dick pic I ever want to see. Is pic. I'm just kidding. You know that stuff, my guitar picks? Ah, I love that. I love that. And that's your with the guitar over your head. Who did that logo for you with holding the guitar?
Me and my buddy Damon did it. Actually, it was kind of my vision. It was like, oh, we need a logo, but then I was such a like a student to marketing that the best marketing that ever happened in the history of marketing was Michael Jordan and Nike Air's logo. And so I took that and I just basically gave myself an iconic pose. And I stood up against a white wall and I did it. And of course, that was when I had my long hair, right? So my logo still got long hair on it.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the sadness and depression that I experienced when I realized you used to have long hair. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah. It was down to my hips. Like it was so long.
I know, Ross. I'm going to behave by not saying everything I want to say. Okay, so Christopher says, Ross May kick ass. Yes, he did.
I appreciate you, Chris. Thanks for hanging out, bro, for real. I do appreciate that, for real.
He's awesome.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely stellar. You know, when music makes me feel that kind of range of emotions, I mean, like some music you put it on because you know it's going to make you sad, or some music you put on because it's going to maybe pick your spirit up. And then there's music that makes you move and you know you're going to want to dance. And then there's music that you're like, I'm getting down with this. You know, there's all kinds of emotions behind why you might play a certain song or something. And what I adore about the variety of flavor and of sound and tone and everything in your music is how the emotional range that comes from listening to you.
Absolutely. It's really an honor. It is, because that makes me feel like I'm doing my job.
Definitely. If you were, yes, I can definitely still hear you. And yes, if that is if you know that's part of what you're trying to do today, then I can't speak for Lisa, but it definitely got me.
Right?
That's what it's about. It's about that. Thank you so much, ladies. Seriously, that makes me feel really good, because it means that I'm living within my passion, doing what I'm supposed to do, and the effect is felt, and I'm doing a good job, and that's kind of what I'm here to do. Totally what I'm here to do.
Nice.
So
I'll totally play you on my
ladies.
show.
Beautiful. I'm in. Thank you.
So Ross, thank you so much for coming on today and making time for us and allowing us to spotlight you and put you in the hot seat and get to know Ross May.
Yes,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Okay. Truly honored. Lisa and I are going to do some this is what's going on in Music San Diego type stuff. You're more than welcome to stay right there on screen and continue to look your beautiful self while we do that, or I can let you go. I'm not going to hold you hostage, so what would you rather?
Well, I'll hang out.
I wanted him to see this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Lisa, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I don't care, whatever.
Where did we put this? We just put them in. Links for comments. Okay, so the first, I only have one, and then I'll give it to you because I only have one.
Okay. Wait, I can find them. Hold on.
What? No, I'm going first.
Hold on. Okay.
You got Bloodstone the Street Preacher right there. There he is.
That's right. So for everyone watching, for anyone out there, September 11th is next Saturday. It's coming up. And his next album, the Testimony, is coming. It's dropping. It's being released. And that is the main big, huge shout out spotlight I wanted to put out there for the week was for Bloodstone the Street Preacher. So if you haven't already followed him or you haven't already found his music, please go do so. Otherwise, Lisa, you have the con. And yes, I'm a Star Trek.
Right.
So that's why I say con a lot. You have the con, Lisa.
All right. So the Sleep Signals were in a really bad accident out in Kansas. They were on tour with POD and Ashes to New. and all good things, and a semi rear ended them. Travis is in the hospital. Travis Wheeler is in the hospital with some really bad injuries, and they have a GoFundMe. All their equipment was destroyed, and they have a GoFundMe. And here's their GoFundMe up on the screen. If anybody, anything that you could help out, $1, $2, whatever,
Whoops,
it would be greatly appreciated. And then, what happened? What did we do? It's live.
I know. I'm sorry.
Are we good now, though?
Yes. Sorry. Thank God we're live, and everyone gets to see, this is a unique experience, right, Ross?
That's right. That's why we're here.
Well, me, I'm used to live airs. Okay, I've been live for 10 years. So okay. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is Punk Rock Bowling and Music Festival, a big thing happening out in Vegas, downtown Vegas, and it's a lot of fun. There's 3-day festival, but the only catch this year is you have to have your COVID passport, or you have to have a negative COVID test within 48 hours. And you can just go to the Punk Rock Bowling website, and you can submit your information right through there. It's totally safe and private. It goes from the state of California right to them, your passport. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go there, you're going to get a scan code from the state of California. Then when you go to the event, you're going to check in, you're going to get a wristband, and you're going to everything. So they have shows every day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is a festival. And then also, I'm trying to look at the flyer while I do this. Also, they have a bunch of club shows, and the club shows are the Punk Rock Bowling and Musical Festival website. It's right there on your screen. See?
Okay, and for those of you watching, we'll put those in comments so that you guys have all of those links. Ross, what's coming up with you? When do you have a show again?
I'm going to be doing on the 19th. They're in San Diego, and this is actually a big deal. I'm glad you asked me this. We are doing a mental health awareness and suicide prevention event in honor of San Diego artist Ryan Bowers, who we lost suicide. And it's a somber day, but also a beautiful opportunity to spread the word and for the community, the hip hop community, to come together. So I've been chosen to perform, and I'm happy to let everybody know about the event. So I would say there's more information to come. It's on the 19th of September.
And where's it at?
That is the question, but I could probably have the answer for you by the time you're done asking. But I'll pull it up here on my little Facebook.
Oh yeah, and we can, and of course, and Ross knows how to find me. We have things like that for Ross and anyone watching. Spotlights with Dori, the website or the Facebook page. I didn't realize it, and luckily I had a creator contact me and ask me about it, and it got me looking at settings. Ryan,
you can't really see it, but it's on the 19th of 21. That's this year clearly, and it's at 2525 Bacon Street in OB. Now I believe that's Winston.
Yeah, I want to say that's Winston.
I think it's Winston.
Or is it Sunshine Company?
I don't think so. I think it's Winston's.
Okay.
But 2525 Bacon Street on the 19th, and it's 7 till midnight. 7 p.m. till midnight.
That's amazing. And so what I was saying about the Facebook page Spotlights with Dori is that if you post to that page, I didn't realize that it wasn't enabled. And then I have since enabled it. So you can post to the page, and then I can go in and I'll get told that someone posted to the page, and I'll make the post show up on the main feed. And then of course, letting me or Lisa know about a show, letting me or Lisa know about something that's coming up. Lisa and I, whatever our reach may be, we're going to make sure we can try to get it out there.
I love it.
Anything else?
I actually do a thing for shows. At the Pet Glow magazine, I put shows in there. So if you send me your show, I'll post it.
Nice. Absolutely. So yes, for anyone listening, for anyone who might watch this later, when you know, don't be afraid to contact Lisa or myself, and make sure that we know what's going on with you, because we will share it out. We will get the info out.
Please.
Anything else, Ross, before we go?
I would say I just want to thank everybody who tuned in, and I want to thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for including me. You guys are beautiful and just wonderful souls, and I appreciate everything about it. Thank you so much.
Aww. I couldn't
You're
agree
awesome.
more.
It was fun.
Right? Thank you. Yeah, right back at you. I couldn't agree more. And I'm glad that we got to know each other, and I'm glad that I know that if I make you a sandwich, it's going to be creamy peanut butter.
Yes. Creamy everything. Creamy everything.
That's why she asked that question. She wants to make people food.
Lisa, shh. It's no secret that I love to cook, and the only thing now I'm gonna, as the stand-up comic in me must say, that one of the only reasons I talk about food as much as I do is because one of the only things that's an atrocity of being a single woman like me is I have no one to cook for.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel that.
And cooking for people you love is, for me, it's akin to the art. It's akin to creating. It's akin to singing for them, painting for them. I cook for you. I cook for you. Yeah, you probably got a special place in my world, in my heart. Of course, I'd also cook for a stranger, so don't feel so special.
Well, if you
I am a Southerner at heart. So, what, sweetheart?
I said, if you cook for me, I will be grateful.
And you won't get your waistline would probably be in trouble, because I am from the South. We know what butter is.
Well, I love butter too. Butter everything as well.
Me too.
All right, let's see. Okay, anyone out there? Let's see what we got here. We got Pacific Ocean Records.
Yeah, that's my guy Karma I told you about that I did with full circle with. We did full circle.
Who's the one you said you performed that, or that you recorded that song with?
Yeah, that's Karma that I mentioned.
Oh, nice. Hi, Karma. You know what when I hear Karma, do you know what I think? This is one of my quotes, is that karma is the bitch that God uses when he's busy.
Hey, there you go. Hey, that's how
Austin
that goes.
All around from Christopher. We're basically done. We're out of the spotlight. We're all going to go take our human breaks and get on with the rest of our day. And again, thank you so much for being here, Ross.
You're welcome.
Lisa, do you want to tell everyone about our guest for next? Lisa?
I had it. Hold on a sec. I just sent it to my son. Let me grab my phone. Hold on. I just sent it to my son. Brandon, who's a musician, who's a guitar player.
Our guest for next Sunday. She can tell you more about him than me, so I'm going to have her.
Who is next Sunday?
Who is next Sunday? You're going to make me go look at him.
Yeah. What about Friday? Should we talk about Friday first?
No, Friday. That's the Friday after.
No.
Wait.
Next Friday.
No. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Thank you. Never mind. We'll talk about Sunday on Friday. Okay. You know what's hot?
Without me.
You know what's really hot about September and the Play Me a Song theme, other than Ross, of course. Look at Ross. He's all,
Toy Hunt.
I know.
Toy Hunt.
This coming Friday, we're doing the special edition Friday Night Spotlights Play Me a Song with Ty Hunt from the East Coast. Ross, was he one of the ones you got to meet when you were on tour?
Yeah, actually, that was the guy who I talked to with wearing a black Hetcher shirt and who gave me a big hug. That's
my baby boy. Yeah. He gets to call me Godmama now.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Oh yeah, he's a sweetheart. He's an absolute sweetheart. So we will be right back here Friday at 6 p.m. California time, 9 p.m. East Coast time, and we're going to be doing this with Ty Hunt.
Beautiful. It's going to be a great show.
All right. So with that, hey, any last words before I hit the exit video, because I'm going to play Ross's video again, and just stick around because we'll be offline and not live by the time it's all said and done. Or you know what?
Guitars.
If you guys, hey, bars and
Official.
guitars.
Bars and guitars official. That's my last words right there.
I love it. I love it. I won't be upset if either of you need to go and you're not in the green room when I get done, but I'm going to exit us out of here.
All right, okay? I'm out of here too. Thank you, ladies.
Good night.
Till next time.
Peace, babe.